So you're going to basically call, hey, dragon, we are going to come down to kick your butt, and you better be willing to be paid that were guild, or we will, or we will bring,
No.
We'll bring vengeance.
What I heard is he's offering surrender to the dragon if it just wants to talk to us.
We have come to negotiate the terms of your surrender and payment of the guilt owed.
Welcome back to another fine episode of Tales of the White Bull, the Chaosium RuneQuest campaign. We are just going to dive in right where we left off, and that is you all have claimed all sorts of grave goods and magical weapons from King Baravanos, the great dragon-killing king from the Second Age, after you've sent his ghost back to Tycora Tech's place of the dead, and looted his, I think you guys pretty much looted his grave dry, didn't you?
You made sure no one wasn't respectful enough would take any of this stuff.
Pretty sure someone even took the jewelry, which wasn't the deal. But
if I recall, you took the jewelry, the plates, everything. Yep. Whatever was in this tomb, it's taken. You've got a complete clayware and silverware collection here. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's not like huge. It's not like I'm, too much stuff to take, but it is. You guys have looted a tomb. How Indiana Jones of you.
Yep.
So with that, I believe it was your plan to head straight on with all of this accoutrement over to the Queen's tomb, which is not that far away. You'll simply have to camp here for the evening and head out first thing in the morning. It's, if I recall, let me just check here. The Queen's tomb is, I'm using my super scientific, it's only about 25 kilometers away. So it's a good day's, basically it's a hard day's travel. So tell me, is that what you guys are going to do?
Sure.
I think
so. Ready for that?
Yeah. Might as well just strike now rather than hanging around.
I want to remind you of some of the stuff. You've got this huge, heavy shield that is basically too heavy for a single man to carry. Even a strong man. If I recall, Garen is a very strong man.
Reasonably. Not.
Or is it Nkala who is extremely strong?
You're
strength
muted.
15, so pretty strong.
13, not very strong.
Are any of you really strong?
Yes,
17.
Colbrast.
Colbrast with his one arm.
Yep. The reason he actually can still climb trees with one arm. Just pulls himself up and does a double flip and he's on the tree.
Excellent. Excellent. But the point is, you've got this really heavy shield. You've got this this heavy cuirass, and I lent the cuirass has already been enchanted. So I apologize for misleading the audience last session. I blamed the beer and the late hour for being confused about rules that I myself wrote.
It's the best
as
time.
an aside to people that, I may write these rules. I know most of them, but there are times I forget them. It's okay. But you guys are carrying a lot of gear that is, gosh, this stuff has got to be more than 800 years old, 900 years old. so what happens to how bronze looks after 9 or 10 years? It looks a lot better than iron does after that long.
Well, actually, we have iron. Most of half the stuff is iron from that old.
Real world iron.
Yeah.
But this stuff is old, but it is impressive. It is impressive material. And again, I just want to walk it through. You've got the flying javelin. You've got the spear named Chest Breaker. You've got the great shield, the iron cuirass, and the silver closed helmet. All impressive stuff, as well as all the other loot that you all took from took from the grave. So with that, you camp outside of the grave.
Yep. I'd like to spend a bit of time while we're camping and ask Nestarios head taker to work with Garen on working out how to fight together with them both trying to use the shield.
When she asks if he's left-handed, it would be really handy.
We don't have anybody left-handed. So Garen is the one who's going to be swinging, right? It's his family. He wants a vengeance. He's got the sword that he took from the dragon roots. So she's going to have to, while they're doing it, hold it up, probably almost with two hands, and get ready to protect her fellow Humakti.
Do we have a strength for Niskarian?
Yep, we got all her stats.
Wow, how strong is she?
I don't know. Nestarios. Nestarios is strength something. 17.
Ooh. 17. With the strength spell, she would be able to carry this and lift this up one person and move it around. If somebody casts, does she have strength?
Does she have strength? I have strength. I don't know if she does. She does not.
I mean,
nor does her brother.
Yeah, so somebody's going to have to cast strength on her before. If she can then do that, and of course, then Garen would be free both-handed. You'd have somebody carrying this thing up for 2 minutes, and then after
the other option is Garen to take another half of it, right? That was the example you had, and then hold it and see, because he doesn't need his shield if he's using this as a shield, and then we don't have an issue. But they should practice together.
I could help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Cobra's
very
good.
Strong and really good with shields. I just can't use one normally.
But this one you would be able to do because you're lifting it up like a weightlifter.
Yeah, I'm not actually doing anything else at that point, except maybe.
Once you get your javelin wheels at doing stuff. Oh no, you got to do the wind spell first, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have to have an arm free for other things. I can just.
Fair enough.
Carry the shield, so that's no problem.
So
because the javelin throws itself.
It does throw itself.
Javelin, dragon, and off it goes.
How good is your javelin skill?
Just a second. Well, that's 93, 113.
So that's how good its javelin skill is.
Okay.
All right. You guys seriously succeeded. Are you absolutely certain that Baravenos is safely in the place of the dead, not likely to come out and curse you with centuries of anger?
That's a question for Gina.
I think it's a good question. I think I could call him back maybe here in this place, but in the moment he is for certain on the table of my goddess.
Okay. As in, do we want to stay where we are, or do we want to run away further so he can't get at us?
What do you mean?
I mean, we can always camp, at a certain distance of the grave. We don't have to camp at the grave.
I have no problem to sleep in the grave. I can make us a little circle to protect us if you are afraid of ghosts. I mean, I love them. They're fine. And I mean, we left in good terms with him. So why are you afraid?
Did
He
we?
will not hunt us down.
I'm not sure. But no, yeah, I mean, if you actually leave the jewels in his grave, we will have parties on good terms with him, I think. Unless you can convince him that he somehow can use the jewels as weapons to kill the dragon.
I think I wanted actually to see if the jewels have something special on them.
Which jewels?
And I see them as payment that I actually guide him to the right way.
Yeah, other people just take a coin and
yeah, but there were no coins.
Yeah, that's true.
So this was what was there.
Yeah, I mean,
I love your reasoning.
As a pirate, I say, go for it. He's not here. No one else can use his jewels. So
if he has no small change.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, it's all for Ogre. If Ogre gets badly hurt again, I need to be able to pay Shalana Roy.
Yeah.
Of course, it's all for Ogre. It is. It's all for him.
He does tend to get badly hurt now and then, of course.
So, I mean, I don't know what I said. I wanted to see if there's something. I mean, I'm not interested in the weapons, but maybe these jewels have some cool engravings in them, especially when it comes. I mean, they're in a grave, so maybe they have some protection charms in them or whatever. This is something I want to look at.
They're cool looking. They're almost 1,000 years old. They're filled with they are ancient decadence. It's these are the cups of the ancient barbaric kings of Dragon Pass. They're kind of cool in that regard alone. This is from the Second Age, back when kings fought with the dragons. There's a certain, as an Israelian, you can find criticism of the craftsmanship.
It's an antique.
Exactly. But on the other hand, there is a certain barbarous vigor to them.
And do they get warm when I hold them or something like that? Can I talk to them?
It's going to require a lengthier and more careful study of them than you're able to get by a campfire next to a grave.
Yeah, so I store them away and then we see. But I'm really, I mean, if you want, I can sleep closer to the grave and you sleep a little bit. I can put myself between you guys. Does this help?
There's some really nice copper plates, by the way. Really nice copper plates.
Are they special?
Well, they're certainly, whether or not they're special, you don't know, but they're certainly nicer than the plates that you travel around with.
Yeah, but I'm not stealing from graves. I'm sorry. I mean, there's a difference. Yeah, I'm not looting graves. These are for...
Then you look at the rest of your party, and one player's trying to figure out if the helmet fits on their head.
But that's also for a cause, right? We're taking up the role of defending against the dragon. Because he
wanted us to take these things. He wanted us to take these things.
Well, yeah,
we have to bring them back. The weapons.
So at the moment, at least, we're not looting the grave.
Oh.
We can always look back at this moment and say, okay, we did actually loot the grave, but at the moment, we're not looting the grave.
Problem is now that the grave is unprotected, so anyone can loot the grave. And why would we want to leave anything
we do
for them?
Safekeeping.
Yeah, it's safekeeping. Yeah. So we loot the grave.
Actually, no. I will do something. First, there's already rumors that there's a ghost in the grave. So I will actually put some charms in front of it and some juju songs to seal the grave.
Okay.
After looting it.
No, we're not looting it.
Shall we? Are we okay with moving forward, though?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Moving forward. There's discussion about plates. The next morning, you all have an uneventful evening next to the grave. sleeping there. And the next morning, you're able to head through the Thunder Hills and head on towards the Queen's Tomb. And as I said, it's going to take you pretty much the better part of the day to get there. But assuming that you head there straight, you can get there in by late afternoon. You basically head from Old Grave down towards the village of Redbird, then up to the village of Fairjowl, and then you take the trail from Fairjowl up to Clearwine, and that gets you right by the hill of where the Queen's Tomb is on. And is that the route you guys are going to take, or are you guys going to do something else involving plates or something?
Involving what?
Plates.
No, we're just going to go.
Okay, because you guys could. That'd be fine. All right, so the Queen's Tomb. Let me just show you guys the map here, focused on it. Do you see right there the Queen's Tomb?
Not yet. Give me a moment.
Oh. Yep.
Okay, so here's the Queen's Tomb. I'll even zoom in a little bit here. So you guys were up here at the Old Grave. You head down to the village of Redbird, traveled up the valley to Fairjowl, and it's just a couple of kilometers away. And the Queen's Tomb is right here. There's one of these big hills, and it's not far at all from Fairvine or Clearwine.
Your mouse is as you move and resize, Jeff, your mouse is way behind your movements. So
sorry, but can you
just
see
leave
it?
Yes, just leave it.
Can I
touch
ask
it. Don't move your
something?
mouse.
I don't know how it is for the others, but I have only one rune point left. Can we go to Clearvine to?
You're not going to be able to do a
stock up
ceremony
again?
to get them back. That was the decision we made when we were going to go do this, was to save our stuff.
You spent it wonderfully, though.
Yeah, you're all in the prep.
That was.
You're not gonna. Are you gonna save it for I mean, you've got a heal spell if you need it, and if you so choose to use it.
What spell?
It's called healed body. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I do not have an H in my vocabulary.
All right, so the Queen's Tomb is well known to the locals, which basically means only Garen would have any idea about this location. It's avoided by the local herders as haunted. It's located atop a stony hill and covered with a huge mound of earth and stone, some 15 meters high and 50 meters in diameter. So it's a big artificial mound of earth and stone on top of a hill. The tomb itself it's pretty clear. Just a cursory look is the tomb itself has been carved into the solid rock, and all of this dirt and stone has been put over it. And a local legend holds that the mound was raised in the lesser darkness by the gods. So I'm just going to kind of describe. The entrance is obvious and straightforward on it. The entrance is on the west side of the mound with a stone galley leading below. Above the entrance is a terrace with 10 huge statues of 5 gods and 5 goddesses seated atop thrones. The heads of the statues were long ago removed from their bodies and now litter the ground near the entrance. Each head is about 1 meter tall, and most have been defaced. And there is the entrance itself leads, you can see there is an entrance that leads into the dark down a series of steps. It is late afternoon.
Did we before we got there, when we kind of passed through Fairjowl, etc.? What was the kind of mood like? Did we get a chance to ask? Had the dragon been active lately? Had anybody seen them? Like, had they been?
How much time do you spend?
Not too long, because obviously we want to get there while it's still daylight, etc. But I don't know. Maybe we probably stopped for something to eat and to replenish some water and feed the animals, etc. So maybe 2 hours.
I want some sort of a social skill then, I think.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do this? Somebody who actually has
I
social?
will if you'd like me to. But it's
By the
not an
way, I
orate.
wanna
It's
give
not
you
an
a-
orate skill. I want to be clear.
My only reasonable social skill is intimidate.
Intimidate.
Do you want me to use charm then?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Would you guys
Hey,
like to
51.
see? Was that a success?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over around Redbird, there has not been, nobody has, they've seen dragons in the sky. People have seen dragons. There's all sorts of dragon sightings since the Dragon Rise. That thanks to that, everybody is seeing dragons all over the place. Giant dragon covers the moon. For some reason, now people are seeing dragons in the sky all the time, but nobody has been attacked by a dragon. I want to give you an idea of kind of how this is laid out. Let me give you a picture of a real world site that might be useful. Is this showing up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that you can see there's basically five of the seated deities, and down below you can see the heads. They're not this nicely treated.
So more like roll down the hill and hit on with stones or something.
They look like they've been deliberately knocked off. The heads have been deliberately knocked off these statues, most off them. And most of the heads have been, they've had their noses cut off or smashed off, and people have defaced them as much as they could. What?
Well, that's a classic with the nose.
Oh yes. Oh
Because
yes.
it's the easiest piece to break.
So does anyone amongst us here, fellow travelers, know what kind of deities these were?
Oh, good question.
Gosh, is there anybody who's knows anything about ancient lore? This isn't cult lore. This is ancient lore. This is history. Like maybe somebody who was an initiate of Lancor Mai. That'd be useful.
How about I ask some of the spirits in the area?
This is a powerful place in the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
There are clearly a lot of spirits here. They are not of the Praxian tradition at all. And there are a lot of spirits here.
Yeah. I'll dance a bit for them, and I will approach one and ask it what it knows of this area in spirit speech. So I do the dance first to make it happy. Okay. Oh, that's a success by 1% on my dance. And now for the speech.
Add 20 to your spirit speech.
Yeah, that is a success even without the speech. No, without plus
The
20.
spirits say that this is where the goddess sleeps. The sleeping goddess is within.
Which goddess is that?
The goddess of this place, the queen.
And who is that? Because we don't know.
The goddess of the place, the queen.
Yeah. Can you describe her?
Yes, she is the goddess of this place.
What does her spirit look like?
She's powerful, and she is powerful and beautiful, but terrible when crossed.
What shape does her spirit take?
Whatever she wants.
Which
This
one?
is her place.
Which ones do you remember that she's taken?
It's been a long time since I've seen her.
Okay.
A long time. But
So
I
what do
assure you that were she to appear, she would either be beautiful or terrible.
What do you know of the dragon that resides here?
That's been a long time too. The dragons came here.
What about the dream that's currently moving in and out of this place?
I don't understand. The spirit has no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyone got some questions I could ask it?
Keep in mind, this is like this is the sort of spirit that's attracted to a place of power. This is not like
not a big one.
Yeah. It's also maybe not the most knowledgeable spirit.
Does it seem like there might be some here that are more knowledgeable?
Maybe within.
Maybe within. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Garen, what would you like to do? We can call the dragon out to the entrance and block it.
I think that I've been thinking about this a lot the last couple of days. About given that this is a dream dragon.
Well, it's a dragon.
Well, it's a dragon. So it's produced by a dream, and it's kind of fundamentally unnatural. Are we obliged to treat it as though it were a normal opponent? And whether I can whether ambushing it or allowing you to ambush it with me as a kind of focal point, not ambushing it, would be testing the limits of my gauge. And I have decided that it would be, and that we can't do that. So I do definitely want to offer the dragon the same terms of engagement that I would any opponent.
Okay.
So I would like to basically call the dragon and say, we're here.
But we can still set it up so it can't fly out. We should basically.
That's not ambushing. That's sensible tactics. That's fine.
Okay.
But despite Culbrast's pained rubbing of his eyes there, honor must be satisfied.
I was hoping for a season or two more than that, but oh well, so be it.
I am prepared to stand at the front and take any initial attack. That is only fair. That is the honourable thing to do.
Yeah, you know who's holding the shield, though, right?
Well, I mean, at least you'll die honourably. Which, given
you
your
won't die. This thing was built to fight giants. What are you scared of? And if you do die, you will be in Orlan's Hall, and you will toast with all the other great heroes.
Yeah, and I'll be nagged by Gina that I'm at the wrong table. I should be eating over there with Tiger Attack because they have much the better food. It'll be, like eternal
suffering.
I mean, keep in mind, Orlan's table, he gets booze and meat offered to him all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he drinks it on his own. My goddess shares.
Orlan drinks it with all his buddies and his heroes, all the other gods, and all the great.
As long as you've proven yourself to be an awesome hero.
You go there and you're with Vincott. You're with
This is misinformation, Gina. Misinformation.
But if you fail to be the hero, who defines who the hero is?
Yeah.
Storm
My goddess has a place for everybody.
Storm Ball's the same way. Way. Yeah. After death, you get to hang with the bull.
I might want to go on the spirit plane, though. We'll see. But
who knows?
See, I always told you guys, dying is good.
Okay, I'm convinced. Right, okay, let's do it, Gary. Yeah, Gary stands in front of the tomb and calls.
Well, let's let's think a little bit more about it.
I mean, I don't think we have to call the dragon out. I think I say into the tomb that we are preparing to head down, and that we wish to talk with it, and if it will not listen, then we will fight it. I don't think we have to let it come out of the tomb. I think as soon as I've called in, we can just head straight in. Once it knows we're coming, then it's not an ambush.
So you're going to basically call, hey, dragon, we are going to come down to kick your butt, and you better be willing to be paid at Weregild, or we will bring,
No.
you know, we'll bring vengeance.
What I heard is he's offering surrender to the dragon if it just wants to
I
talk
say
to us.
we have come to negotiate the terms of your surrender and payment of the guild owed.
I don't think there's a surrender. I mean, just payment of the
not
guild.
surrender, but the cessation of your reign of terror, something like that.
So your reign of terror has come to an end.
Yes.
You have a
That's good
choice.
one, yes.
You know, just
And
be
you
clear
owe
about
me
this.
money for my dead uncle.
Or you can do so at the edge of a blade. But I'm also going to point out that
But Garen, wait a minute.
there is no way that killing the innocent can be considered right action. And see if the fact that dragon newts have this concept of, I don't know whether larger dragons have the same philosophy, but dragon newts certainly do when it comes to things like right action and right behavior.
Yeah, but are we even considered like sentient enough for them to even care? Because they
Yes,
call us
because-
animals.
No, forget the dragon. I think that's the difference. This dragon has reawoken.
Yeah.
This dream has reignited or whatever. And before it was worshipped. So obviously, whether it definitely knew we were intelligent, whether it thought we were and worthy of worshiping, but if not, you know.
We could, of course, Garen, what is that over there? I think you'll have to go and investigate. And while he's gone, the rest of us, I think we could initiate some sort of fake worshipping ceremony for the dragon.
Ooh.
And it comes out and says, oh no, my worshippers. And I say, look here, we have your whatever golden crown and stuff. And
Your ceramic plates.
But
bowed his head to receive it, and we whack his head off with.
I find it a little bit creepy what you're suggesting.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what to do with it.
But why don't
plan,
we?
At least.
But why don't we actually worship it? I mean, I don't mind.
I do.
We're company of the dragon and everything.
Family.
The company of the dragon. I mean, seriously, we're
Carla,
part
No,
of.
he did
what
kill
about his
Garen's
family? What about
uncle.
vengeance?
He killed
There-
Garen's
we
uncle.
have to get that.
Oh,
Don't
the
just
details, schmeetails. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
And thus the party.
Garen, I think your only
Discussion.
answer is to call the damn thing out, because if you don't, they're gonna do something, and you're gonna like that. As if you live, you're gonna like it less.
Yeah.
Your honor will be besmirched.
I expected this level of duplicity from Colbrast, but not from you, Carla.
I mean, people
Well,
are.
strategy,
They're,
Garen, not
they're kind of already dead. That's sort of. I mean,
Who's already
we
dead?
could gain something from the dead. I mean, his family, they're already
They're not
gone.
all dead. There's
No,
grieving.
those who
You don't
are
gain
gone,
things from it.
Not worthy of vengeance. Would you not avenge those of your family taken from you?
But aren't dragons pretty good chaos fighters?
If they decide to fight chaos,
Yeah,
they might,
if they decide to fight.
they might decide.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We could
Just-
recruit it, of course.
put it this way, to
as,
him,
as payment for the debt, we could recruit it.
As long as it pays the debt in some way, it doesn't have. I mean, ideally, we will take its head, because then we'll be owed a favor by a major dragon youth. That would be pretty cool. But if we have a dragon who we can call to sort things out, even better.
Yeah.
No, there's more to it. The
Oh,
dragon.
give me a second.
Satisfied.
You are not. You actually promised something to the Ghost King when you took his weapons?
But
Uh-oh.
All right,
I
at
see
this
his
point,
honor
at this point,
plummeting.
I don't want this resolved yet. I don't want this resolved yet. Are you going to call out the dragon at the entrance? Aaron?
No. We haven't got a plan yet.
I only want to remind you because
I do not.
Sorry. I do not want to be responsible for an angry ghost.
Well, you are.
Yeah,
Or
or
you're jewels.
No, I'm not.
Promise the king.
Okay,
that
jewels.
we'd,
And they're not dragon fighting
dragon
weapons.
there.
I think we can.
Well, anyways, I don't want this resolved at this point. I want to know if you're going to call out the dragon from the entrance.
Yeah, how otherwise should we kill it?
I don't really want to have us all wander down in the dark
Yeah.
and all of that. So
Yeah.
I have a way of seeing in the dark, but only at night, but only outside. So it
How
doesn't
about
help
we
me.
come back with some cows and pigs and things, and build a small pyre so we can, have a small feast.
I think the time for that is too late, given what has happened. I personally believe Colbras that he needs to get vengeance and offer that, and I support Garen on this.
That'd be brilliant vengeance, hacking off his head.
I love this. There's like this argument in front of the entrance of this. Is suddenly, hey, what's really our plan here? It starts running through your character's head. But you guys have discussed this, and I suspect in the hours of your walk, you have discussed it, and it's rotated around and around and around like this. So instead, I want to know what you do. And Garen, you're the one who said he was in front of the entrance. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do as we said. I'm going to call out the dragon.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your call out. It matters your words.
I'm hiding.
Dragon, you have spread destruction across this land, and in so doing, murdered my kin. I am here to seek reparation, and if reparation will not be provided, I will seek vengeance. I and my friends will talk with you, but if you will not talk, then we will bring violence upon you, and we will head down into your tomb, or we will await you here. What say you?
You're muted, Jeff, or something.
No.
Oh no.
No, you didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What vibration do I feel from the tomb?
It's a cold, dark grave.
Yeah. More.
All right, that's nothing happens. The sun is going down.
Well, maybe it's not at home.
Well, then we can come down and wait for it. But shall we go down?
I think we
go
down into the tomb and yeah, talk.
Okay, a couple of all important questions. It's dark down there, and I want to remind everybody: this is not the 21st century where we can drunkenly stumble around using our iPads as or iPhones as sources of light. Once you go underground, if there isn't lighting in there, it's gonna get incredibly dark.
So we should make some torches, and we should make get some torches, and also Colbrast can cast out spells. So let us see.
Does my darkness rune help me? I have 41 on darkness.
No, not a lot. You like the dark, but you're not particularly any better than better or worse at seeing in the dark than other humans. You're not a troll. Sorry, Claudia.
I like the darkness.
You like the darkness, and that's fine. But do you have a spell like Dark Sea?
No.
No. Okay. So what's your plan? You're making torches? Who all is carrying a torch? And is it true that Colbrast has a way of dealing with the dark?
It is. I still have my Yell necklace, which
Oh.
has diverse spell matrices on it. Having a look.
That's actually annoying for a GM that is putting you guys in the darkness. I forgot that you had a magical source of light.
We'll also
No,
have torches, and we'll have Nesterios and Restoros carry them.
Okay.
I actually forgot to learn the light spell.
Well, that's
But
embarrassing.
do we want to go down there considering the poison gas that thing can do?
Let's try.
I'm using a little lamp.
Well,
What
Colbrast can summon a wind, and he and the Starios can blow the wind up to push the poison gas back.
Yeah.
What's the spell that you have? Is it Colbrast? Is it lantern, light, or light wall from your
light wall, and ignite. I think it was.
Okay, so light. What light lets you do is it lights everything within a 10 meter radius of the bit of blood. It basically glows like that, and it gives a radiance good enough to read by, although it's not as bright as full daylight. Light wall creates a wall of light 10 meters in area and 10 centimeters thick. That basically it's light wall is the way more buffed up version of that. I mean, it's like a floodlight.
Yeah, I think light will do.
But light wall is the one you want to cast. It's fixed. It doesn't move. You could cast light on a shield.
Well, light he would cast on the little piece of crystal.
On the necklace, yeah.
Oh, sure.
And it moves with the object.
They both only last 2 minutes.
That is the great advantage is light wall. They only last 2 minutes, but light costs 1 magic point every 2 minutes, and light wall costs 4 every 2 minutes.
Okay, but then I have a question, because I have the ability to, if I have a spirit spell cast on me, I can sustain it for indefinitely until I cast a new spell on myself.
If you cast it.
If I cast it. Oh, but I don't have it.
Yep.
Okay. That was a mistake.
Yeah, we'll just have to be real quick.
Well, how many magic points do you have, Colbrast?
Well, I have 12. And my necklace has 14, so we're good for 20 minutes or so.
Times 2.
Yeah, so we should be fine. I mean, Garen, he'll kill the dragon in a jiffy, as they say.
All right. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you when we go through here from time to time. I'm just going to say, Colbrast, knock off another magic point. Colbrast, knock off another magic point.
I'm going to say, but that wasn't 2 minutes. That wasn't 2 minutes.
So when we go down there, we have to hustle. Is the point?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So you go down below, and you go down the stairs, and this has been carved into the rock. And I'm going to show a couple of pictures here. The first one is just to get you a feel of how this thing is built. It's carved into the rock. It's not like a built thing. Someone carved this into the stone. And you go down the stairs into a stone chamber, a barren stone chamber. On the walls, there are spiraling air runes, man runes with horned headdresses and lightning, snakes, and other human figures. All have been painted on the walls with red ochre.
Red hairdressers? Did you say hairdressers?
Ochre.
With
No, before.
horned headdresses. It's like they're
Oh.
wearing stuff with big, huge horns on them.
No, then it's not what I thought it was.
Kind of like
No,
Minoan
Yeah.
all stuff.
But I mean, that for me, that's, I mean, the male guys with the wind and the air spirals, that's a good sign for us.
All right.
Are there-
This is what that antechamber looks like, to give a good feel for the construction of what there is. One passageway, which is the stairs that lead back up, and there is another passageway leading further in. Cobras, knock off a magic point.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, does this give a feel for how this thing is built? And it's cold and it's barren. And in Kala, you can ahead, you can feel there are a lot of spirits here. Are you
Cool.
going to leave this?
Shall I bless it? I have 1 point left.
You
I'd wait.
decide if this is the
Yeah.
point for you to blow your last drink point.
Maybe.
Maybe, baby.
So you're in the antechamber. Are you going to go further into the tomb?
Yes.
Yeah. We should also see the trail of a dragon thing going down if that's the case, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I could try to ask another spirit if the dragon.
Might take a long time, but a
we
track
don't
roll
have
should
much
be cool.
time. We'll just
No,
go
we
on.
don't have. Okay.
All right,
Okay,
we'll
who
go down.
goes first into the room? Who is first through the passageway? This matters.
I suppose I'm in the van.
Okay. Who's
Oh.
next?
I'm
Cobras,
next.
because he's got the
Yep.
shield.
Okay. After Colbrast, who's behind Colbrast?
Nisk, I think.
Shield.
The warriors.
Where is Inkala and Agena the rear?
Yeah.
We'll keep the guy with the light, Rastaraj, he's probably our worst fighter. Let's have him at the back with a torch, but he'll be also watching behind us in case something's coming back.
Okay, you pass through the entry chamber into another chamber, and this chamber has 4 passages. So basically it's like a rectangle. There's a passage on the other side from where you came in, a passageway to the left, and a passageway to the right. Each has a trilithan entryway, and a trilithan is, I'm just going to show you if you guys aren't familiar with what that is. Do you see that all these passages, you have a stone, and then a big stone on top of it.
Mhm.
Now, that is also the luck rune, and it's the same symbol that is on the gates at Runegate. And actually, for Garen, it's actually kind of reminiscent of Runegate. Let me see here. 32 niches have been carved into the stone. So there's all these little niches on the walls. Each niche is about 70 centimeters, not meters, centimeters high, 50 centimeters wide, and 50 centimeters deep. And each once held an elaborately decorated cremation urn accompanied by a libation cup and food plates. However, many of the urns have been broken or stolen. In Kala, this room has dozens of spirits, very angry spirits. It has numerous discorporate spirits here, all of which swirl around the urns. So what do? Knock off another point, Cobrast, as people are sitting around kind of trying to figure out what they do. Knock off a magic point.
Can you think in the dark? Because I could just extinguish it for a moment. Yeah.
Knock off a magic point.
And Carla, we can't hear you.
How long does it take for me to dance and talk to a spirit?
You tell me. I'm assuming Claudia, how long do you think it takes to do a good dance?
I think when it's about spirits and so on, under an hour.
I'm going to say
No.
you can do it.
No.
Hey, you have to make the juju and the runes.
Yeah,
and the
but that's for
dirt
the
and dance around
ghosts.
them.
The spirits are kind of.
Oh, they're too
I'm willing
flaky.
to
You have to
say
catch them.
it takes a few minutes. So
Yeah,
probably
only?
4 or
What is
5.
this? It's half as dancing?
Now, have you seen
well,
that snake
fine.
dance? I mean, on YouTube, yes.
Gina, we've all watched the Quentin Tarantino From Dusk to Dawn, right?
Yeah.
Salma Hayek, she's able to pull off one heck of a dance in less than 5 minutes.
In the darkness.
You're not telling me that Nkala is Salma Hayek.
No, so that's why I'm going to give some extra time. It takes at least 6 minutes.
Okay, but the spirits don't care if it's dark or not because they see other spirits. So I can do my dance in the darkness. You can save some.
Good. So I extinguish.
give you a gigantic minus to try to do an impressive dance in the dark. In an unfamiliar.
Salma Hayek could do an impressive dance in the dark.
Yeah, but that's because she's Salma Hayek. She's an Earth priestess. She's an honest to God. She's an Arnold. She's an Arnoldan rune level. You know, that's like Yanioth and other awesome Arnoldan ones. Nkala, what's your dex even?
Oh, it's not my best. It's really not my best. It's at a 14. Oh, it's not so bad. 14.
Okay. Are you, Nkala, do you really think of yourself as Salma Hayek being able to pull off that snake dance? Or are you just doing a cool dance?
I'm doing spider dance. It's on all fours. I sent you a video of a spider dance.
I saw the video of the spider dance. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm on all fours.
Yeah.
That's how I dance with the spirits because I am the, yeah.
Yeah, you need the light for that.
Okay. Darn it. Okay.
Knock off 3 magic points, Cobrast.
You better get something good with this.
If Salma's watching, can you just let us know how long she thinks a dance would take? I know she is a Quest fan.
Yeah. That would be
that would
Thank
be
you.
if Salma Hayek wants to put in the comments section how long would it take?
Just type it out below.
Because I know the magic of Hollywood cuts these things down.
Yeah.
Cuts these things down, you know.
Guys, bonuses.
Here it's more like an Ibsen play, so second by second.
Are you saying Quentin Tarantino is like Ibsen, every second? I don't think so.
At times he is. But no, but here in, our dance here is very tightly scheduled.
I can make some music for her.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Please,
do you want to have...
No,
let's not put the
please.
music in. Let's
not. No music. There's a freaking dragon down there.
Magic point because of all because of
maybe you'll be in trance.
I'm doing the quiet spider dance. They don't talk. It's only clickety clack. That's all.
Clickety clack with 8 legs.
And I do manage my dance roll. It's okay. Once again.
Okay, that adds 20 to your spirit speech.
Yeah. Yes, I roll a 42. Yep.
These are spirits that are angry ghosts. Dozens of them, and they are angry because they have been ignored for centuries.
Oh,
I have to make a ritual.
I do tell Gina this. I repeat, and I say to them that the wonderful priestess of Tychortech is now with you to appease your troubles. May
bless the grave.
Okay, that's gonna probably take you out for the next hour if that's what you want to do.
It's important.
I'm
But
not sure the rest of the party is going to
Well,
say.
don't forget, we do have other lights. We have the torches and that. I mentioned that earlier when we went in.
Yeah.
And we learned that from our hard lesson fighting zombies. So we could use the torchlight and save the light spell because that will probably need for it.
Yeah.
But
we
your
don't need
issue
a-
is the dragon's probably gonna, if it's down there, come in, or the other way around, it's gonna come back on us. It's probably a challenge.
But it also gives me time to ask them a little bit because they're gonna see what's happening. They're gonna be happy about seeing that their grave is about to get blessed. And so I will be asking them, of course, who was this goddess? Who were they? And do they know about the dragon living here?
Okay, while Inkala is doing the talking, I start my blessing ceremony.
Okay, Claudia, I want you to do a prepare corpse. I think, isn't that the best one?
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not a worship ceremony?
I have also
She's not worshiping the goddess. She's trying to take care of all the funerary goods and get it all properly done and put everything. You know, some of these ghosts are pissed off because their urns have been smashed, etc.
$60, yes.
Okay, this is what you all spend an hour on. And Kala, these are all ghosts. They have been here for a very long time. And they I am willing to answer 3 questions.
Okay.
But much of what they say is babble.
Yeah. Okay. One important question is, what was the deal between the humans and the dragons living under this age? Because we don't know that yet.
They don't know what you're talking about.
They're really old.
They're really old. They're even older. Oh.
Yeah. Ask about the dragon. Yes. Which chamber is the way to the dragon?
Yeah. Which chamber is the way to the dragon? Thank you, Nisk. You have the talk. You know how to talk and think.
Well, I'm just trying to get us focused on
that's great.
Direct piece.
Yeah.
They don't know what you mean by the dragon.
The dream.
The big spirit.
The big dream dragon. Spirit. The big spirit. Yeah.
What they care about is that for a very long time they have been ignored. They have not been fed. They suffer in the afterlife, and they are angry. They are angry that where are their descendants? Their descendants have forgotten them. The usual stuff, by the way, Gina, that angry ghosts are angry about.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing new.
Nothing new.
Last question.
Okay, help me out here because seriously, these guys are so gone in their heads. They've been angry for too long. What kind of question can you ask them?
No, you asked about a dragon.
You can ask them what the the horned people here on the walls mean.
Oh yeah.
Really, that's your best question?
No, it kind of isn't. I'm suspecting there's something good we could ask. Well, we could ask about the sleeping goddess, if someone's interested in that.
That's also fine.
Oh.
Who was the queen?
Nice. Who was the queen? But it's not really.
Well, I don't think we're going to get anything from them about the current events. You're only going to get historical.
Yeah. So who was the queen? Who is the goddess that lies here?
Says that it is the queen of all the land between the river and Gennert's garden, the goddess of the land, the daughter of Vinkot, the queen. She is beyond. She is in her chamber.
Which one is that chamber? Oh, no questions left. Oh well.
Yes.
Daughter
And the
of
name
Vinkat.
was.
I'm going to try a cult lore on that. I should be able to get
Yeah.
that.
Yes, that would be the correct thing.
Now that you've given me a bit more context. I even referenced Vinkat earlier, so I'm pretty aware of.
Yeah.
All right, my cult lore.
Vinkat, by the way, for those of you who are watching, Vinkat was the son of Orlanth, who Orlanth set up as the king of mortals during the lesser darkness or the storm age. He was this great heroic mythological king. You know, think like not like a Greek legendary king. He's like a Pelops or a Yama figure. He's like the first great king of the world, son of a god.
Kind of like Gilgamesh.
Like Gilgamesh, yeah.
Hmm.
Did you succeed?
I succeed with a 46 on 64.
This might be a reference. There was one of the daughters of Vinkat was the founder of one of the ancient kingdoms before time. Ogre Voltes.
Oh, that does ring a bell.
I mean, that's like way super, or sorry, Ogre Valles. Ogre Valles Summer. She was the daughter of Vinkat and Tada, the great, the daughter of Vinkat and one of Tada's daughters. So basically, Vinkat married land goddesses. He had two wives, both were goddesses, and
she was
one of the daughters.
And she was a summer one, the summer daughter, right?
One of the summer daughters. One of the daughters of summer. You know, there were the girls of summer and the girls of winter.
No, Don Henley fans.
That is exactly what. Every time I think about that now, I think of now that the girls of summer have gone.
So can I now bless the grave?
You have. That's
Good.
what. It's been a full hour, and the ghosts are relaxed. So the question I have is: do you go forward, to the left, or to the right? And does Colbrast reactivate his light spell?
Well, we don't seem to be needing it yet, so no.
When you go into a different chamber, I'm going to strongly suggest that you have the light spell, because torchlight kind of sucks when you're moving around.
Okay.
I said I have my little lamp.
That really sucks when you're moving around.
Why? If you have a lamp which is enclosed?
Yeah, compared to a light spell. Compared to the blood of Yelm.
I have no light spell.
Yeah, but Colbrast does. It's the blood of Yelm. I mean, you have like a sunlight coming out of the light spell. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can see all the nooks and crannies in the walls and on the
architecturally, Colbrast. Not that you give a damn. Colbrast cares about architecture, but this is.
Oh, he does secretly.
It is actually pretty impressive. All right, so you're gonna go where? Left, right, or forward?
Left, because the dragons are left-handed. Well, the dragonites are. I don't know if the dragons are.
Where's the air better?
That's up, back, out.
Always follow your nose.
Yeah, where do you smell the sweet scent of vengeance, Garen?
So you're gonna go forward, left, or right?
Oh, there's three.
Yeah.
Is there any way of making, say,
Can your fetch see help?
What about a battle roll to work out what I think the most sensible strategy would be if you were trying to defend yourself in this place? Which direction?
Again, I want to just show something here. I'm going to show the screen. Has Garen ever fought in circumstances like this?
Okay, I have a different idea. I have seen so many tombs in my life and so on. So what I would say from a general layout of a tomb, what
This
kind
is a
of
very big tomb.
yes. So what kind of chambers I would actually expect if it would be, yeah, if I when I would think of a prototype of a meta tomb. So what should be the next chambers?
Roll against your cult lore.
Yep. So this would be my Cold of Taikora Tech, right?
Yes.
Where do I have that? Cold Lord Taikora Tech. Okay. Let's see. Give me a second. Second. Roll D100. Yes! Yeah! 29 on a 55.
Well, this is like a very high status tomb, and you've just been in a chamber filled with loads of lower status, although probably important people. Somewhere there should be really an inner chamber. You remember the tomb you were in before had an outer chamber and an inner chamber? Somewhere further on, there should be this inner chamber where the main person of the tomb would be buried.
Okay, this means, and very likely it would be then straightforward and not one of the side rooms, because I peek into the side rooms. This is more the preparing and where the food was stored and something like that.
There are even more niches on the side room.
Okay, we take the main way.
Do you all follow Gina?
Yeah.
Sure. Once she decides which direction, I think we'd probably ask her to go back further again.
Yeah.
Is that okay, Gina?
Yep.
Okay, knock off a magic point, Colbrest.
Yeah.
Okay, this room is another, it's kind of a circular room. Let me describe it here. The room contains us, and within the room, there is a circular pit carved into stone, nearly 2 meters wide, and it's a hole going down. A small statue, about 20 centimeters long, of a woman with a crown riding on a draconic serpent has been placed in a wall niche. It's really obvious. There is a chamber going forward, another one going to the left, and another one going to the right. There is this well that goes down into the earth, and there are the 3 other entrances, and there is the small statuette.
So into the womb of the Earth Goddess or into the womb of the underworld? Can I sniff the air?
It's very stale.
No, I mean from the hole.
It's everything in here has this. It has the cold smell of death.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
So did the last room, to be honest.
Perfect.
It's a tomb. It's like
Darren, we're right here. This is our place.
It's good to be amongst the dead again.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I'm going to try and look for tracks, I guess, while we're here, while they're doing all that stuff, to see if there is like a serpent.
Skill, make a track skill at -10.
Oh, that's going to go really well.
I need a second then.
I succeed.
There aren't tracks. There's still grave dust everywhere.
Okay, can we make one moment of a pause?
You want a quick pause?
Quick pause.
Yeah.
All right.
Again.
Yeah,
There
I'll
are no
cast
tracks.
and
No
detect magic. I'll do the detect magic and knock off a point, and I
I
will.
smear some of the dust of the grave dust into my face.
Okay, there is if I recall, detect magic shows the nearest bit of magic.
Mhm.
So the nearest bit of magic, and I believe it only shows the nearest bit of magic. It doesn't move to the next nearest or whatnot. But let me just double check that. Oh no. It
Approximate
gives,
distance from the caster of all enchantments within range. Does not detect spirits.
okay.
Glows visibly
So-
to everyone, possibly
All
warning
right.
enemies.
So the little statuette glows.
Hmm.
There is a little bit of a glow. Make a. I would like everybody to make a scan or search roll.
0-1. Best roll of the night.
Oh, good one. Yeah, I succeed, but it's very,
Success as
very
well,
basic.
but normal success. Not-
Yeah.
not-
There
to
is
see.
also a faint glow down the well, down that hole. And there might be other things glowing, but you can't really see it, in other rooms.
Can I send? Yeah. Can I send my fetch down the well? It's a spider.
Or you could even probably have Cobrast put the light to see down the well.
Yeah.
They might do that. Yes.
I'll ask nicely.
Yeah. Okay. Why not?
The
Something
well is
magic.
the
So we
well's
peer
about
down the well.
it's about 2 meters wide, 7 meters deep. And at the bottom of the well, there are thousands, you suspect, of terracotta snakes. Some are broken, some are intact, and there are also cattle bones, sheep bones. Some of the snakes are painted, some of them are plain. You can see sticking out, you can see the hilt of a broadsword. This is I would like Gina or Nkala, actually any of you all, make a worship roll.
Of course.
You're not going to get any bonus from this.
Yes.
Oh,
no
06. 06.
This is
That's a
clearly
good one.
where people put offerings.
No, I'm pretty sure not. I rolled a 98.
This is where they put offerings.
No, this is where they stored their food.
It's where they poop, right?
Yeah, it's a
That's why
toilet.
there's terracotta snakes
Large
and stuff down there.
toilet. Yeah.
So, what do you wish to do?
Oh, we should leave an offering. Just because. But there's something magical offered down here. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to steal from a goddess. That's going to be real bad. Juju right there.
All right.
You're
so
willing to do it from the hero, though.
You throwing something into the well?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Oh, do I have anything at all?
You have a fancy lunar goblet.
Do? Yes. Okay, I'll throw that down instead of pissing Calor off. I did have plans for it.
Okay. All right. So you have a chamber, an entrance that goes directly ahead, another one that goes to the left, and another one that goes to the right.
Well, why not directly ahead again, and you can always come back and go somewhere else afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. Who goes first?
Garen, same pattern we have.
Yeah, same order.
Okay. You go into this. This is by leaps and bounds the largest chamber you've been in so far. It's kind of ovalish, and it has been hewn out of solid rock. It has been colorfully painted with murals showing numerous gods and goddesses all over the walls. In the center room is a rectangular cuboid, 1 meter wide, 1 meter deep, and 2 meters long. Atop it is a greenstone statue. You know what greenstone is, like jade or other things like other stones, like precious stones or semi-precious stones like that, wearing a skirt made out of strips of lapis lazuli. She has anklets, bracelets, and a pectoral cape A pectoral cape is, that kind of like that necklace that's worn around here, made out of copper. The goddess is reclining as if sleeping. And I want to give, this isn't quite it. It's fancier than this, but I want to give an impression of this. And can you all see this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Standing next to, standing behind the statue, or standing behind this, there is a beautiful living woman with a purple skirt and purplish hair, and she wears a crown of serpents. And I'm going to give you a picture of her. And she is smiling. She is a beautiful woman, as you can see, and looks kind of out of place here.
Did you say serpent? Did you say purple?
Purple.
Yeah.
Purple
hair.
What's
hair.
her
I think you found your
yeah.
And wait, I've got
perpetrator there, Garen.
Here is another take on her.
Oh, that's gorgeous picture.
Yeah.
Anyways,
what does the spirit look like? What does her spirit
speaks?
Look like?
Well, hold on. And she speaks to you, right? As you come in, and she speaks in a very, very difficult to understand version of Sardarite. So in order to understand her, I want you to roll against your Hjortling at half.
Is it another language or is it just a really ancient version?
Oh, 0-7.
Wow. You're able to follow this.
Missed. It's pretty hard to get to half of it.
Did you succeed, Garen?
I did, yeah.
Did everybody else fail?
I failed.
Everybody else failed at half their Hjortling?
Yeah, I'm not even sure
90,
what my Hjortling is. Because
you may not have it.
She says, she announces herself. She says, welcome, welcome to my home, my guests. I have been waiting for you. I am Yerazum Storn, your goddess once, and your goddess to be. Now, I want to jump around after she says this. You got Garen here, purple-haired woman wearing a dark purple skirt and a crown of 5 serpents. In Kala, you wanted to know what her spirit is. It is much more powerful than yours, but that doesn't say much. I believe that only means it's more than 5 points higher than your miserable.
Yeah, we just have the group here.
Well, if
anyway.
your fetch has more, he could say. He can compare to.
Why is she actually still here? Because I blessed the grave. She can go.
And
she's not part of the old temple.
Yes. So she has her spirit force is very strong. And she says this, and Garen, you're the only one able to even figure out her dialect of it's like some ancient. And if you think about it, imagine what your language must have sounded like 1,000 years ago.
So it's like speaking to the Beowulf poet, basically.
Exactly. But she's smiling, and not being threatening. In Kala, her spirit is big, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so what are you going to do?
I am going to kind of bow my head respectfully, say thank you for welcoming us, and then kind of glance around to see if everybody's.
What's she saying? You're a talker here.
Yeah.
I'll
So
kind of move a bit to the
I will
side.
then-
Colbass get close near.
I will then relate what she said to the others.
I'm going to pull up that picture again because I think there's a lot of information in that.
Mm.
I have second sight. Would it help me?
You can certainly cast it. Knock off.
What would it do?
Well, it lets you see her comparative. It lets you get a feel for her power. It lets you see spirits that are nearby, etc.
Then I do my second sight 3.
All right, it's a 3-point spell. Your chance of casting it is equal to your power times 5.
Yeah, I
The
will roll
rest
my
of you,
dice.
what are you gonna do? She says that to you, Garen, she's powerful, Agena. She's got a very strong spirit, very powerful being. And she says to Jaren, because again, you seem to be able to follow her old language, that she says that you all, it is good for you to have come, for the inhabitants of this land have forgotten me. For centuries, you inhabited my land and ignore my land without my leave, without offerings, without sacrifices. You have, for centuries, squatted on what is mine and let me sleep. But I am awakened now, and you have come. You have come to offer me what is mine, have you not? And she says this very, with a sweet smile.
Okay, so I mean, judging from the picture and from the circumstances, I think we're all fairly clear this is the dragon, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say a god has responsibilities as well as claims on those who inhabit its land, and you breached those responsibilities when you rampaged across the surface and took the lives of my kin. I cannot worship a god nor offer to a god who will not respect the lives of those who they expect to offer fealty and votive offerings.
She says, sweet mortal, the gods are terrible to those who do not placate them. You know this.
Terrible to those who...
I recognize your runes. I recognize your markings. Those are old markings. Your God is terrible to all. And she doesn't say that your God is bad. She just simply says he is terrible and awesome to all, and all placate him or fear his wrath. That is awesome. What? That is the nature of things. Your people lived in my land and did not offer me what is mine.
Humact may be terrible, but he is just. He does not pick favorites. He does not inflict his wrath upon those who were not aware they had incurred it. He stands between the light and the darkness, and those who cross that line do so aware that they have crossed it. He does not emerge and inflict death without warning and with no means of allowing recompense to be paid before death is brought upon them. My God may be terrible, but he is fairer than you. And that is why I stand with his runes drawn on me, and none stand with yours drawn on them. If you would wish to rectify this situation, then I suggest you begin to behave in a way that a god should. And perhaps then many will flock to bring you the offerings you deserve. But until then, they will fear you, and perhaps they will send people to seek vengeance as we have come.
Says that what I ask is so little. I ask the gifts. I ask the sacrifice of worship, and I ask for food and sacrifices as once were made, and for that I give my protection to those who live in my lands. They are mine, you see.
I asked in Garen's ear, who's actually owning the land right now from the gods?
And whose turf are we actually?
Yeah.
I kind of suspect if she was trying to talk to someone, Garen, that they didn't understand her whatsoever because she's talking gibberish.
She's talking gibberish.
Yeah.
Garen is talking he's trying his best. He's going, hello, Speer, Sparen, Dannen. Oh God, I can't remember Beowulf. He's trying his best to recite Beowulf to her.
And also, maybe this is the dragons. I don't know what they were like. Maybe they had territories, and this was her
This
territory.
is not a dragon. This is the dream of a dragon. Let's be really clear.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And dreams normally don't have territories.
The real dragons are the ones sleeping in the spines, like their entire mountains, the real ones.
Can I convince you? I will try. Garen, can you translate that for me? I mean, I'm blessed already that all the other ghosts can go. I mean, she should really think of an alternative to go to my goddess and party with her, from goddess to goddess, share a table, have fun.
She is not
instead
a
of
goddess.
waiting for the pity of the people here to worship her, which will not happen anyways.
She's not making any threatening actions towards you, and she is carrying no weapons.
Yeah, maybe we should just leave.
She says, you have not decided whether to follow the old ways. You remember nothing from before. You remember nothing when from the people of these lands worshipped me, do you? Says, it is so sad. You have come to these lands in ignorance, without recollection, and you have so many enemies. I can see them.
Where?
Yeah. Is that somebody gonna interrupt her in her little speech?
No, I'm looking around when she says enemies because I have my second sight on.
She says, I know that the ruler, that those who ruled your people, they're coming back. I see them.
What's going on, Garen?
I will kind of be doing a running translation.
Yep.
And I'm fairly certain, given that she clearly likes the sound of her own voice, she's probably pausing at opportune moments to allow me to translate.
She gives you the opportunity. She asks if you are the speaker if you are the speaker. She says,
Can you ask, is she going to pay the vengeance, the price for your kin?
For my family?
I missed part of this. What do you say?
I'm asking if she will pay the the were guild for my dead family.
That she slew. Be really specific here.
She gave no warning. It was a dishonorable act.
Says, she says, worship me and sacrifice to me, Garen, and I will give you gifts much greater than than the cows and chickens and sheep that you no doubt demand.
I have no wish of this. I live.
Says, I can tell you of your enemies who march. They march on you now, even now. They march. The followers of the Red Moon, they march.
Oh God, you shame me if you think I can be so easily turned aside that my quest for the fulfillment of my family's rights,
Okay, at this
stating
point,
of the blood
I
that lies now in the field calling for vengeance. If you think I can be turned aside with mere information, let them come. Let them come in.
the fight against the
do you
looters.
pass this? Do you pass this on? What she just said.
Oh, I think I can understand him because my role was pretty close to missing. I just can't understand her. Garen is.
Who has a very high hate lunar empire?
I think I do. Oh, very high. It's what is it?
Nisk, what is your hate lunar empire?
It's a 61 for me.
Just guess.
Nothing. You don't have it.
You don't have it. I hate chaos.
This is what she says. She has information. She can tell you who your enemies are and what they are doing. She can aid you, your people. She just needs, but she demands to be worshipped.
But is that what the Lunars say too with this stuff? Their tongues. What has she said still, Garen? I mean, it's pretty clear Garen's super angry at this. You stopped him, but I don't think that's fair to do that.
You hate the lunar empire. Garen, how much do you hate?
I'm not sure I actually have hate lunars. No, I don't.
Okay.
But but she's playing against his honor.
This is fine. I'm at now, and Kala is like, but
like
you were born by then. If you had a strong lunar hate lunar empire, this is the sort of thing that could get your passions in trouble with each other. But at this point, it doesn't sound like you have one. But she's offering information and aid against your enemies, and she says your enemies are on the march.
We can tell Argrath that once we deal with her.
Ask her.
This is not working. She is twisting your words. Remember what Baronotho said. Baravanus said. Be very careful.
We have come for what is owed to my family, for the blood you so unrighteously spilled.
So it sounds like you are preparing to start a fight.
Yeah.
I think this is a very good cliffhanger to end the session on, because it's a couple minutes before 11.
It's early.
Or do we want to go a little bit further? Can we go a little bit further? Claudia, are you up for a little tiny bit further?
It is a good cliffhanger, isn't it? Somehow.
Oh, right. Then I'm going to break my rule of never start a fight shortly before 11 o'clock, because this is how players always screw with me. And you tell me your action, Garen.
Is it
She's probably not armed, is she?
No, and is it honourable for me to just
No.
basically just swing? I don't think it is. So I draw my sword.
What is she? What do you think she is? This is a question. Is she a human? Is she a dragon? Is a dragon unarmed? What is this? What's going on? Everything kind of has Garen a little bit confused here because the rules are. She's a beautiful unarmed woman.
I'm pretty sure the black obsidian sword actually is not a real sword, so you could draw that one.
I'm going to draw the obsidian sword, but I'm going to wait for her response. I'm not going to attack.
Okay, Garen pulls out the sword. Anybody else going to make a statement of action? Because
I'm going to cast a spell on, because you can only do one spell around, right? Regardless of rune or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have the spear, right? Linda?
Yeah, you said you wanted it. So
yeah, to borrow for this. Okay, I am going to do that, and I'm going to cast a spell, a strength spell, and also get my spear to glow.
Anybody else casting a spell
yes,
this round?
because I will be a webbing on her. 2-point rune magic. She will be enveloped by a 40 strength spider web.
I want to do something very different.
Okay.
Is there a magical item here in the room or a drawing she could actually get power of, or will it be the statue in the room before?
Well, there's that giant statue right in the... Okay, yeah. Tell me what you're casting.
Now, I have my second sight on.
Okay. That statue is also incredibly powerful magically.
Okay, I will try to somehow break something of the statue. You know, sometimes to release a ghost, you have to crush the urn.
Okay, do you
and
think
that's what I want to do with this statue.
Very important question, Gina. Do you think she's a ghost?
In a way, I have to believe she is, because otherwise she wouldn't be here. I'm a little bit annoyed that she still is here because I blessed the grave. So she should actually be gone.
Well, there's two things here, right? There's the goddess of the big woman in the thing is probably the old ancient goddess of the temple, right? Yeah. She lives here. You're not going to send her away. This is her home. This purple-haired woman has taken over the temple and claimed it as her own. Think of it that way. That's how Nisk would interpret this.
Yeah,
it's pretty clear that the other one is, so don't screw up that thing, because that's a
Then I do something else. I actually take the statuette from the other room. What did it look more like? The purple-haired woman or the statue here in that room?
If you remember the way that it was described,
was a woman on a serpent.
Statue of a woman with a crown of 5 serpents riding on a draconic serpent.
Yeah.
So it's her.
I will go back and grab that statue.
Okay,
is that the
leads
same
you out
crown?
of this room.
I'm out of that room, but I will grab that statue.
What were you saying, Philip?
Somehow I thought the dragon woman had a crown as well, but I probably misunderstood. So it's the same one.
Yes, it's the same crown.
Okay. Yeah, I do speed dart.
Okay. All right. So cast your spells. What she does when she sees you doing this is she sighs and she exhales.
Rasterlant is going to blow the wind backwards.
Which one is Rasterland?
He's one of the guys at the back with the torch who has, one of his spells, Wind Warp.
Okay, go and cast it if you can.
Let's see, his air, he succeeds.
Okay, I'm going to give you only a partial Everybody in this that stayed in this room, he diminishes the strength, but nobody increased wind or anything, so it just kind of swirled
Yep.
a little bit. So I'm going to diminish the effect of this. Everybody right now needs to make a con check of their con versus whatever their con is versus 10. So basically, what's your con, Nisk?
My con is now 12. So I have a
So you
60%, and I roll a 35.
You suffer a 35. You are able to basically hold your breath here. Cobrast?
11.
Okay, you have a 55% chance.
Nope.
Okay, you take a
Master Lance,
windful. You take an earful of this.
It's okay.
What did you succeed?
I just roll for the
Garen?
NPCs.
Okay, Garen, did you succeed?
Do indeed. 46 against 65.
Okay, and Kala?
Yeah, I roll a 08. I have a 17 con.
Gina ran to the other room, so you don't need to roll. Cobrast, you took a gutful of this, but because the wind warp has been cast, most of it is blown away. You will suffer 5 hit points of damage.
Mm.
The question is the critical at 10% or 5%?
Critical's 5, but it doesn't.
It's 5.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Cobra, so you took a swallow full
Yeah,
of
that's
poison gas.
disgusting.
All right, let's go into the first round. She immediately changes form.
But I couldn't.
What?
I couldn't cast my webbing on her.
I
was
cast
calling
webbing
that.
on her. She's
Yeah.
changing form because she's going to try to break the webbing and
Oh.
attack.
Okay.
So let's go through. Tell me what you guys are going to do. She's trying to break the webbing. This is the one round, one round where she's trying to break the webbing rather than attack. Gina is running to the sculpture.
Yep. You tell me when I'm there.
Okay. Nisk, what are you doing?
Well, if she's trying to transform this round as opposed to attack us, Nisk will attack her then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cobra.
That's his first, and then he'll cast a spell.
Same.
Same, yeah.
And Garen and Kala.
Don't forget, if all you're doing is attacking, you can also cast a rune spell. So if you want to increase the wind spell to keep the air back, you can do that. Philip.
Okay. That's a good idea. So yes, I'll do that. Increase the warped wind in her direction.
And you're attacking Garen?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Blade Sharp and then try and take her head off.
Okay, let's first start with your spell, Cobrast.
Mm-hmm. That's air rune. Is it increase wind?
Yeah, and I want to let you know that as a dragon, she is some 15 meters long and probably weighs over 1,300 kilograms.
Does she fit in the room?
Yes.
Oh,
barely. She's huge. And she is ripping this round. She probably will rip apart the webbing. But it is strong enough that she has to actually work at it. Because it's strength 40, right? So,
yeah.
Cobrast, do you succeed with your spell?
Yep, I succeed.
Okay, strike rank 1.
Oh, one question first. How many points is fear spell?
I believe fear is a 1-point spell.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that just for the hell of it.
Okay,
I'm going to cast a 3-point rune spell.
Okay.
My power is sucky, so I'm gonna roll my roll in the room in Slack.
Okay.
Do you have the fear helmet?
Okay. The spell I roll an 11 for the spell, but then I'm gonna roll for the
How?
No, does she roll the resistance or do I roll the attack?
Normally I roll to see if it succeeds. Okay. What's your power offensively?
I think it's only 10 because, or does the fetch add? No. So you do the roll, not me.
She criticals her defense.
Darn it.
0-3. So, wow. You know, you try to cast fear. She's a dragon. She's not intimidated by you.
I could try. It's not like I had a lot of stuff I could do. Then I'm gonna attack with her with my axe.
Okay,
so.
strike rate 2.
That's probably me with the javelin, I would say.
Okay, you add 15% to your
Yeah.
javelin attack.
So that's 128.
Okay.
Yeah, 96. Yeah, I
That is-
succeed. Just.
Yeah, that's not very impressive.
No.
It does roll. You could theoretically do a tiny amount of damage to her.
Mm-hmm. My 1d10 plus 3 plus 5. Yeah, that's 10.
You do some damage.
15.
15 points of damage.
Yep. It's,
Wow.
I mean, it's plus 3 from the speed dart and 1d10 plus half damage bonus.
Right to where? What location? Roll for the d20.
20. That's the
To
head.
her
of it.
head, you do 15 points of damage. That sucks for her. That, I mean, it's not going to take her out or anything, but it draws purplish blood.
Mhm.
Smack. Strike rate 3.
The other question is, can the King Javelin, what's his name, can he attack independently of me, or do I have to actually throw the javelin, right?
No, it throws itself.
Yeah, so I can have basically a second javelin attack.
Next round.
Okay, just for the information. And do I have to I guess I'll separately have to. Can I use speed dart on him?
Each time it's got to be a separate casting.
Yeah, but does it actually work on a sentient javelin?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
This is a very cool weapon. This is a very cool weapon.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, let's see if how long you guys keep it. Let's go strike rank 3. Strike rank 4. So strike rank 10, she's gonna smash the web.
I'm before that. Yeah.
On strike rank 4.
Okay. Are you doing an aimed shot, Garen, for her head? That's half
Yes.
chance.
I am indeed.
Okay. Please roll. This is the one round you guys can attack her without me being able to do very much.
That is a 39 against 102.
Okay, and this ignores her bit. Boy, she should have done enthrall.
It doesn't
boy,
ignore her. That thing does. Yeah, we don't know what it does.
Yeah,
He's
'cause
using
it's
the
hidden blade.
plays roll for damage.
Yes. So, and blade sharp, so it's doubled.
No, it adds the blade shard damage. You did not do true sword. You did blade
Sorry,
shard.
I meant true sword.
Okay, true sword. Then you roll again. You don't double it. You roll again.
Right. Okay.
1 and 1, right? 1 and 1.
Just roll 2 maximum damage point rolls and you're fine.
15, 19 plus 120 plus a d4. 24 points of damage to her neck.
To her head. Holy moly, I might say. How many points of damage?
24.
24.
With
If you're
one
sick.
amazing swoop. This is amazing. You slice through her neck. It's almost anticlimactic. You slice through her neck, and this huge head plops down onto the ground. It's still flopping around with purple blood everywhere. And Kala, Nisk, make your attacks if you want.
I'm on the same strike rank as him, so
Okay, make your striker.
I'll just go for the body.
Are you
I was just
doing
going to
an
roll the
attack or not?
location. My
Okay.
skill is not good enough for a, but I rolled an 18, which definitely hits. That's actually an impale.
An impale to where?
I don't know yet. To the 9, the whatever that is.
To the forequarters, to the
All right.
chest with
And
chest
it-
breaker.
Yes, an abdomen is work. What's impale? Is it double damage or triple or I don't know.
You roll twice your normal damage. Oh
Okay.
my god.
So that's 14, 18, and 6. It's 24 points to the abdomen, ignoring armor.
Shunk. It's stuck in there. Oh my god, this is horrific. This is horrific. And finally, in Kala,
Can't hear you.
we can't hear you.
I do a puny 12 to the head.
Do you actually? Does your thing? What are you attacking with? Your regular weapon?
My axe. So there's nothing special about it. But I roll 12 of my damage, and I do hit the head. So I might like be baseballing it away, like.
Oh my god! And meanwhile, at the same moment, Gina is able to grab the little statuette and break it. Right?
Oh.
I smash it on the floor.
It goes down. One round, you take the Dream Dragon down because you have all of these cool weapons and such set up.
And the webbing.
And the webbing, I don't even get
Blessed
to roll
by the
against it.
Arachnosolara. What?
The head flops down because you cut it off with the obsidian sword. And it looks right at you. The eyes open again. Garen. It opens up and it says, "Do not destroy what is left of me, or give my remains to the traitors. Let me serve you in exchange for letting me continue to exist. What power and knowledge remains with me is at your command."
You don't want to run around with a dragon's head.
No.
What god runs around?
Orlanth runs around and carries a friggin' dragon's head.
He's not Orlanth.
But I am.
I am not.
But Nisk is
all.
Orlanth.
And this is just a dream dragon.
We made a promise.
It says,
Wow.
the head says, "Carry me with you and I will serve you. What power and knowledge that remains with me is yours."
Who wants to have knowledge? Are we
And
Lankomai?
it
No.
says it again in Old Wormish.
Ooh.
So
Don't
basically
listen. Don't
telling us
listen.
we
We're
could
not supposed to
learn Old
listen.
Wormish. We have our own Old Wormish teacher. That's brilliant.
We were
this would be such
supposed
a good
not to
companion
listen.
for Wind Whisper. Wind Whistler.
Here,
Awesome companion
Wind
for
Whistler,
Wind
have a
Whistler.
dead dragon head as a friend. I'm sure he'd be thrilled.
Yeah, she'd be really happy with us.
Might be, who knows? It's a
But
dragon.
imagine who would be really happy with us would be Argrath.
And that is worth questioning.
Yeah. Look at that.
I'm not there
question
yet,
is-
so I'm not saying anything.
Oh, you'll come right down. to see it.
And Kala just said the important word.
Argrath.
Yes. What would Argrath do?
Oh, he'd take it.
He'd take the head. Yeah.
But he also has
didn't-
questionable sense of strategy sometimes. So I'm not sure what would Argrath do is always a good watchword, to be honest.
We promised
Garrett
something.
is
I'm
like,
sorry.
No, wait.
chopped
When
the
we
head
get
off.
it, let's be clear on that. We don't, as long as we give that swordy thing they gave us back, we didn't. They said the way they described it, and let's be really clear.
Yeah.
And maybe they think it differently, but to me, they said if you return the clanth and you return the head, then I am in your debt. They didn't say if you kill it with our clanth and take it away,
No.
you're in trouble.
Yeah,
so
they
to
didn't.
me, that's okay. I'm going to give the clan. We should give the clans back because that's fair.
Well, I mean,
Helped us.
even if we are in
I
trouble,
have a
doesn't really-
problem not with the dragon newts. I have a problem with the ghost.
What ghost?
What ghost?
how quickly the dead are forgotten.
Oh, the guy who
Yeah,
said we could fight the
exactly.
dragon, fight the thing. What about him?
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
we
you
did,
gave-
but we just did.
Yeah, and you want to destroy these things.
He didn't.
Want to destroy what
no,
things?
no.
No,
What are you talking
We
about?
said we couldn't promise him to destroy all dragons and stuff.
no,
Like
we said
Yeah,
that.
not
Yeah.
all dragons, but sorry. I mean,
We defeated the
have-
dragon. That's exactly what we're supposed to do. The dragon was terrorizing the people, and it's no longer.
no, it's not
terrorizing.
defeated. Really, it's still there, and he even
Completely
warned us
defeated.
not to listen to it.
Yeah,
He
but
was a
there
bit
is
of a
I-
fanatic.
agreement on all sides. I mean, seriously, what's wrong with the dragons? Why does he hate dragons so much? It's like people hating.
But you were happy to take his weapons and his armor.
Of course,
Right.
Because I needed to
Taken
come and
them
go
anyway.
UCs
I
to
mean,
help
come
fight
on.
the dragon, to kill the dragon.
Yeah. of
Did a
course.
good thing because
I
he's not
find
doing
it
evil
very
anymore.
Rich, you're looking very
unhonorable.
serious right now.
I mean, if Garen was familiar with rhetoric terms, he'd say that Nisk's argument was casuistic. But he's not, so he just thinks it's over subtle. But he can see the point.
Mm.
We've killed the dragon, so as long as
It's
as
not
long
that.
as long as we return the goods, then we are square with the ghost.
It's not that. It is not that.
we
Otherwise,
didn't
it would not
promise-
talk to us. I'm sorry. It is not
Wait
really
a
dead. It is
minute. But
undead.
Regina, we were dead in the underworld. At least Garen told me I was dead, and we talked to each other as well.
Yeah.
And we had to
think
come back.
It can't do anything. It wants us to take its head with us. I would say it, and whether it was ever properly alive in any sense, given that it's a dream, is awkward at the best of times. We have, I would say, effectively destroyed this dragon as a dragon.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have certainly gotten vengeance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have gotten vengeance, so we are square on that point. I think as long as we return the obsidian blade, I agree. We're not going to have a dragon newt in our debt, but I think, Argrath probably would. And I think that is, given that this is Nisk's argument, Garen's probably okay with it because he's Nisk's bodyguard and he's sworn to him. So that's fine. And we're definitely square with the ghost as long as we return the thing. So I actually think...
I don't even, my fear is if you return the things, you sent the ghost away.
Yeah.
Nobody's
there's
there to
nothing
protect it anymore. There is another thing
I
we
can get
do.
it back.
There's another thing we can do. We can't get it back permanently.
Of course.
Probably
How?
not. You send things to hell. You don't put them up.
You
and
can
position
bind
them
it.
as
You can
gardening.
bind it on something. You can bind it on the armor.
Why? Just to prove a point about bringing back the weapons? That seems a bit...
I think what we should do is we should organize a ceremony there, thanking him, giving him gifts that are likeness of this that will help him. This is very, I think, traditionally what we do too. And we give him a suit of armor. I will give him my old suit of armor. We will give him an old spear. We will give him a javelin, good quality. Put those in here and cast a blessing and a ritual to do that. That's what I would do.
I will not get along with that. I'm sorry. We promised something very different when you took the armor and the weapons and
I
the
didn't.
helmet.
You sent him away at that point. We didn't. We could have just taken them and walked out.
It's worth having, but while this goes on, so you have an argument here. Does anyone take the dragon's head?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll take the dragon's head.
Okay.
I do not want to have
Tear
anything
it
to
up.
do with that.
For
me, the dragon's head is undead. I'm sorry.
Well,
and I'm sorry, if I would have a room point left, I would actually use turn undead.
Ask Garen, is it undead?
It's not.
Is Jeff saying, are you saying time out?
I'm saying time out for a quick moment here, Gina. The head fell off. It's still talking. Now, does that undead is usually something that is dead, or is almost always something dead that has been bound back into this world. This thing just basically is refusing to completely go, to completely disappear. And the way it described itself is, do not destroy what is left of me. So the question is whether
and the other question is, I mean, the dragon newts wanted the head, and I think now we know why, because it seems you can then use the knowledge of the dragon to your own ends. So do we want to give them that or not?
No, it did actually say, don't give me to the traders.
To the
Yeah,
traders.
that as well.
Yeah.
And the other thing with King is, I mean, as a pirate, what I would do is give him back his stuff in a nice ceremony, go back next week and take it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Without the promises. We could do that right now. We can go bring it back, walk out of the grave, go back in and take it. Then we've fulfilled our promises.
Gina is way not happy about that with grave.
No, but I mean, come on.
But someone, if you leave it there, someone will take it because it's unprotected.
Okay, before you decide on that, the question is, what with the death of, or with the destruction of Urizum Storn, there is a warming in the tomb.
Oh, we need to get out.
The tomb starts waking up, and everyone make a relevant scan or search skill.
No,
Two.
regular.
I have
a what is it? A critical success.
I have fumbled 99.
Yeah,
that's because Garen is sitting there looking at the head, going, "I can't believe it was that easy." Gina,
I missed as well.
And Gina is too upset about the prospect of undead. And Kala, did you succeed?
No.
And Kala's like, but.
Yeah, I said I was taking the head, and then Nisk said I'm taking it. So we're like kind of holding a horn each or something of the head.
Did you fail, Nisk, as well?
No, I succeeded.
Okay, Nisk and Colbrast, you notice that the statue is sitting upright.
The goddess awakes. I say.
Do I notice anything else with the 02?
Well, she's sitting upright, seated. She's no longer sleeping. She's seated on this stone. Her runes and you can feel, Colbrast, you can feel a presence in the temple tomb. And with a 02, you know she wants the same thing as the dragon did.
Being worshipped and stuff.
Being worshipped.
Oh God, another head we have to whack off. Okay, well, yes. So, guys, either we leave or we have the same discussion again with this goddess of this tomb, which might be interesting to some because we might find out who she is.
Oh, we know who she is, right? We'll ask her.
Oh, we know.
What is her name?
She says to all of you, and it can be understood, that she is Orgor Vale Summer. She is the goddess of the lands between the river and the gardens of Gennett. She has slept for a long time, and she hungers for she hungers for worship.
Yeah, that's number 4, I think.
I'm a thing with gods, apparently.
Never ever going to a tomb again. It's just always the same thing. Worship me, bring me stuff.
And she says she is she is ogre, and she'll repeat, and those of you who actually can speak storm speech or earth speech know that she's alternating between those.
No, I can speak earth speech.
She's alternating between those languages. But
So-
the rest of
Wow.
you get the gist of what she's saying. She is Orgor Vale Summer. She is the goddess of this place, and she has slept for a long time. Others came, and I was forgotten.
You know something? I will try to sing her back into sleep.
Roll on your sleep, sing.
Can I
Hold on,
augment
you-
something? Hmm?
What?
Can I augment her with something?
You tell me. Yeah, actually, you've already done augment, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay. It's a success, but nothing special.
You're not gonna sing her to sleep. She has slept for a very long time. She says.
The dragon we slew said she was a goddess. The one we defeated said she was a goddess, and said that but killed the people of this land before we got here, and then suddenly demanded worship. The daughter of Vinkat cannot condone this, can she?
She says that she says that you should. Let me just see something here. She says, I am friendly towards those of the earth and the air, and I do not fear darkness or fire. If you are not of chaos, and you are not you are not the self-proclaimed heirs of the Golden Empire, I bear you no ill will.
None of those are true.
She says she is the goddess of this place, and to worship me at my place is only right and fitting.
Since she is a variation of the Earth Goddess, as far as I understand it, I will pray to her. Because she's in my pantheon, so.
She wants 2 magic points.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. She's some storm. Vinkat's a big dude for me. Super famous ancestor god.
Anybody else can offer her 2 magic points?
Yeah, she hates chaos. I'm pretty good with that. I'll
Um,
give her a couple.
Yeah, that
make
sounds
2 magic
good.
points, as long as she doesn't attack us. I'd hate to have to kill another god.
Oh my god. Oh.
She offers anyone, if you wish, she offers anyone who has either the man or the earth rune or is initiated to the Orland cult.
Mhm.
She offers you the chance to learn of her. All you have to do is sacrifice a point of power to her.
And to learn what do you get out of that?
You get to start her cult. It's a point of power. She's an earth goddess.
Yeah,
And
but
she
I'm
takes male
already,
initiatives.
I'm
What?
already in the area, so I do not need her as well.
It's just saying she makes there's the offer stance.
It doesn't matter if does she fit with Tycho? She's in the same pantheon as Tycho Tech, right?
Yeah.
So is there anything? I don't know. Is there anything negative for you doing that?
Is there anything positive for me?
Yeah, I don't know.
With that, I think this is a good stopping point because there's a lot of stuff going on.
I will ask Garen one thing. Can you confirm that the shield is not that this thing? I know you can do this. Can you confirm that this thing is not undead for GNAT's sake? Because if it is truly undead and you deem it as that, that's a very different thing, and we will deal with that immediately.
It's a dream, so it was never truly alive.
Yeah.
A dream is not living. Therefore, it can't be undead.
There you are. So says Humak to Gina.
I have to look at it with my own death rune, which is higher than Garen's. Only to point that out.
Yeah,
Only to point that
like
out.
a few weeks ago. I mean, pretty sure the effect has worn off.
I would
now.
like to stop at this point, and we will continue on. At the
Okay.
next session. Thanks, everybody.
Hopping away. Thank you so much.